The moment the three young black triplets stepped onto the airplane, the cabin's quiet hum shifted into uncomfortable tension. They were just kids, bright-eyed, excited, holding hands nervously as they searched for their seats. But the senior white flight attendant in a crimson uniform froze, staring at them as if they were a threat rather than children. "What do you think you're doing?" she barked suddenly, pointing at them so aggressively that nearby passengers flinched. The triplets froze in fear, hands lifting instinctively as though defending themselves. A few passengers exchanged uneasy glances. Something felt wrong. Terribly wrong. And within minutes, the situation would spiral into a confrontation so unacceptable that it would cost several adults their jobs. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. The triplets, Maya, Lila, and Harmony, were traveling alone for the first time. Their mother had saved for months to send them to their grandmother's house for summer break. She trusted the airline's unaccompanied minor service. She had even met the crew earlier, who assured her the girls would be safe and cared for. But what no one expected was the silent storm brewing inside one crew member. The flight attendant, Serena, had a reputation for being strict. Recently, some co-workers whispered that she treated some passengers differently, especially those who didn't look like her. Supervisors ignored minor complaints, chalking them up to misunderstandings. The girls boarded happily, carrying little backpacks and wearing matching bracelets. Behind them was a male staff member escorting them to their row. Everything was normal until Serena saw them. Her eyes narrowed. Her jaw tightened. "Where are your parents?" she demanded, even though she wore the wristband indicating she was aware they were unaccompanied minors. "We're traveling alone," Maya said politely. "The gate agent—" "I didn't ask for your life story," Serena snapped. Stepping forward, the man escorting them tried explaining, but Serena silenced him with a glare. "Not on my flight," she muttered. Passengers began turning to watch. Serena blocked the aisle and pointed sharply at the "Girls! You three were running around and causing a disturbance!" she accused loudly. The triplets looked shocked. They had just walked straight to their row. "We didn't do anything," Lila whispered, her voice trembling. A few passengers spoke up. "They were just walking normally," one woman said. "I didn't see any misbehavior," added a man 2 rows back. But Serena ignored them. Her voice grew louder and harsher. "You need to sit down before I remove you from this flight." The girls flinched. Harmony's eyes filled with tears. The escorting staff member stepped forward. "Serena, they were well behaved." "I walked with them. I'm the senior crew here," she cut him off. "You don't tell me how to manage my cabin." The tension escalated. Passengers started recording. Serena noticed and doubled down. "These children have been disrespectful since boarding. They're refusing instructions. They're a safety risk. Now the entire cabin erupted. What? They didn't refuse anything. They're terrified. Look at them." "Ma'am, you're out of line." The triplets stood frozen, hands partially raised as if expecting punishment. The staff member beside them looked furious but helpless. Then Serena took it too far. "That's it," she declared. "They're getting off the flight. All 3 children. Traveling alone. Being removed publicly without cause." The captain heard the commotion and stepped out of the cockpit. "What on earth is happening here?" he asked. Serena immediately pointed at the girls. "They're causing chaos, ignoring orders, yelling." "And they weren't yelling," a chorus of passengers corrected her. "They're kids," the captain said. "Not criminals." The captain motioned Serena aside and spoke firmly. "I'll review the recordings." "Step out of the aisle." Passengers hushed. 2 minutes later, the captain returned with his expression tightened. "Serena," he said, "I need you to gather your belongings." She blinked. "What? Why?" "I reviewed the CCTV from boarding. The children did nothing wrong. You made multiple false claims. You escalated a situation involving minors." Serena's face reddened. Rage, disbelief, and fear mixing all at once. "You're removing me? I'm the senior attendant." "You're relieved of duty effective immediately," the captain said. Sharply, gasps filled the aircraft. But it wasn't over. 2 more crew members, those who had stood by silently and supported Serena's version, were also called out. Your involvement will also be reviewed, the captain said. For now, you're dismissed from this flight. Serena tried to argue, but security had already been called. She was escorted out as passengers watched silently, some in anger, some in relief. The girls held each other, shaking. The captain kneeled beside them gently. You're safe now. No one should ever talk to you that way. When the flight landed hours later, airline management, security, and child services were waiting, not to question the girls, but to protect them. They played the cabin footage, listened to passenger testimonies, and reviewed the crew logs. Serena's behavior was not a mistake, it was a pattern that finally caught up with her. She was fired that same night. The two attendants who backed her lies were suspended pending investigation. Their silence, the airline declared, had endangered minors. As the triplets walked out into the airport lobby, they saw their grandmother waiting for them. She rushed forward, hugging them tightly as they finally broke down. Passengers who had defended them waved goodbye, offering warm smiles and encouragement. You three were brave, one woman said. Don't ever let someone make you feel small. Later, the airline issued a formal apology to the family and quietly announced new training protocols on bias, child safety, and crew conduct. The triplets learned something painful yet powerful that day. Sometimes the loudest injustice happens in public, and sometimes strangers become the shield you never expected. Have you ever felt unseen in a place you worked or belonged, so hard to be part of? Tell me, where are you watching from? Drop your country or city in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss powerful stories like this. Take care.